Here we go, the 24th and 23rd country. That will be Sweden and Finland. So I took a train from Tönsberg via Oslo to Stockholm. And when I arrived at Stockholm, I think my train got delayed. So when I arrived at Stockholm, it's getting dark. And I haven't got any reservation on hostels. So I walked to several hostels. They don't accept just walk in because in Stockholm you have to reserve it in advance. I didn't know that. And then I went to some hotel which is out of my budget. And then after that, I think, maybe I should go to my friend's place, and the one who I met in Norway, Danny from Latvia. So I got that address. I followed the map who I get from one hotel staff. And then, so I still remember after the bus, I needed to walk up through the apartment. So I asked someone who were on the same bus with me, and then he told me, if I don't want, I can walk with him because it's quite dark and I didn't know the direction, so I just followed him. So and then we started to talk. So that gentleman is a local, and he's a violin teacher, and he actually is a kind of neighbor of my friend's apartment. So when I arrived at my friend's apartment, I don't know the room number. I was just downstairs of the gate. I needed an entry code of the gate, but I don't know the code. And then for some reason, normally we contact with each other on Facebook. So my Facebook, normally I log in automatically. But at that time, I don't have Wi-Fi and I'm not using any data. So, and the violin teacher tried to borrow his phone to let me log in. But unfortunately, I can't remember my password because normally on my phone, I just log in automatically. And then, so I couldn't contact my friend for some reason. It's getting very late and it's cold in winter. And then I don't know what should I do. And finally, the violin teacher told me, if you trust me, you can just follow me, and then you can come to my place and stay at my daughter's bed. And I was just suddenly crying out because I was so stressed earlier, for after the whole day, and eventually my problem sorted out, and then the violin teacher feel bad to see me cry like in that way. So he just tried to comfort me that okay. So I just followed him. Actually, he was the first European that take me home as a stranger. So, of course, I appreciate his help, but, it's my very first time to follow the stranger to their place. I don't feel 100% secure, He's like a divorced single father, and then his daughter is away from him, which is at her mother's place. So it's only him at home, but after I arrived at his place, he showed me his daughter's room, and then he checked with me if I need anything else. I said no, and then he just returned back to his own room. So I still remember there's no lock. I can't lock my room for some reason, so I just put my luggage behind the doors, because I'm not 100% trust people. Anyway, but that day it's a challenging day for me, so I just fall asleep. The next day when I wake up, and he made me some breakfast, and then the next day I finally contacted my friend, so I moved it to my friend's place. And then I still remember there's no internet connection at my friend's place, so sometimes I came back to the violin teacher's place for borrowing Wi-Fi, to using the computer to plan my ongoing trips. And then he was so kind. Actually, his name is Wolf. And then he noticed that I'm a budget traveler. He took me to a theme park where his friend works. So that I get the interest for free to sightseeing. And then he also took me to the IKEA, the headquarters of IKEA, for Christmas dinner, because when I was traveling around Europe by the Europass, most of the time I ate the Happy Meal of McDonald's. So I was really happy to get a treat, especially before Christmas. And Ulf just worried me as a father, and noticed that I seldom eat vegetable when I travel, and he made me vegetable soup, and then he treated me some local Swedish food. And then I still remember on the day when I needed to make my way to Finland, which I need to first take a train to northern Sweden, and he sent me to the train station, and he get me some water from the fast food shop, and then I asked him, because I'm going to Finland, and he told me if I made my way to Rovaniemi, which is the Santa Claus village, he's only expecting a Christmas card. So I told him I will send him a card from the Santa Claus village. So, and then I just said goodbye to him, and then after that, of course, I made my way to Rovaniemi, and it's my very first time to see that much snow. I still remember I fall down the snow, and then I can't even get up. And since I was young, I heard there's a Santa Claus village in Finland. And then I used to host a girl from Finland, and she was the one who told me Angry Birds is original from Finland. So in Rovaniemi, I was staying in a guest house. Wow, there's not much budget option. I still remember it cost €70 or something for one night. But there's no other option at that time, so I have to stay. So I tried to make the stay in Rovaniemi short. And of course, I sent out to Ulf a Christmas greeting card from the Santa Claus Village post office, and he received, and then we contact via email by that time. And after Rovaniemi, I made my way to Finland, the capital. And I still remember it's during the Chinese traditional festival, but myself was in Helsinki. And after Finland, I went to Latvia, because in Rovaniemi I received my Latvian friend Dennis' invitation that he's inviting me to Latvia. Actually, another Latvian friend, Richard, also invited me. So, and then since I haven't got any plan in after Finland, so okay, why not? So I decided to make my way from Finland and to Latvia via Estonia. So which is I took a ferry from Finland to Tallinn, and then from Tallinn a bus to Latvia. So for Sweden, of course I was only in Stockholm, so I would like to go back to see some other part of Sweden. And for Finland it's the same, because it's most of my impression about Finland was the Santa Claus village, but I would like to see some more other part of Finland. And I will catch up with you for the next episode. That will be Latvia. So thank you so much for listening, and I think I will stop here now, and looking to catch up with you for the next one. Bye for now. Ciao.